Welcome to the Bait Boys podcast, the podcast where a little bit of resin and some micro balloons can fill any hole, even the ones in your heart. My name is Jesse with Freek Bait's Custom Fishing Lures, and I am joined today by my wonderful co-host, Trevor from Pig Baits and Anthony from Lazy Baits Co. Gentlemen, how are you this evening?
Good. How
Wonderful.
you doing?
I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. All right. And today we're lucky enough to be joined by Mike from SacPig Bait Co. We're going to have a very in-depth discussion with Mike here in just a minute to let you know some of the things that he's working on and some of the things that he does. But first, I think we have a few announcements. And on my list here, I show that we have a surprise announcement from Trevor. So I'm interested to hear what this is.
All right.
Trevor, what do you got for us?
So recently it's been brought to my attention by some colleagues of mine. They will remain nameless at the moment, but people are debating making life-changing decisions. And I want to let everybody know I support it. They have my blessing. They can change their names to Trevor at any given time. And the only request I have is you put a number after. I'm calling Trevor .9, Trev .9. The rest is up for grabs. Enjoy.
Wait, so I can be Trevor 1?
If you want to be.
I'm
I'd
Trevor
let a
1.
few take the fall first before,
Can it be a fraction? Like, can I be Trevor 3/8?
whatever you want.
Trevor 3 grams.
Oh, man.
Well, I guess that leads into my announcement, which is, if you're wondering what we're talking about, every Sunday we do a live premiere of whatever the newest episode of the Bait Boys podcast is on YouTube. And Anthony and myself are always there. Trevor's usually doing something like, making baits or spending time with his family. So he's not always able to join us. That chat's a lot of fun. So I do encourage you, hopefully you're watching it right now, or you're in there right now. But if you're watching this after the premiere, try to join us on one of those Sunday evenings at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central, 5 p.m. Mountain Time, and 4 p.m. West Coast Time, because it's a lot of fun. We have some regulars in there. Everybody and their dog loves Trevor, including Anthony and I. And so that's where that came up. There were a lot of compliments being thrown around about Trevor. So Anthony and I were like, hey, let's just change our names to Trevor. That way we can feel good about ourselves too. I want to be Trevor too. So that's where that comes from. So
I just want to say hi to myself in the future. Hi, future self. I hope your name is Trevor 1 by now.
You can do anything that you believe you can do, Anthony, or Trevor 1. I'm not going to do that. That's not happening. But anyway, if you can join us it's always appreciated. But yeah, if you can join us for one of those live chats, it's always a lot of fun. It's rarely has anything to do with the podcast itself, but that's okay. You can rewatch it later. The views counts. But yeah, just a reminder, we have those live premieres on Sunday nights, and then as soon as that's over, the full episode is available in video and audio on Spotify as well. So pick your poison as far as those two platforms go. But yeah, that's all I have. Anthony, you've got a couple announcements for us, right?
Yeah. So I made a Facebook group called the Bait Bench. It's kind of just another group to build a community of bait builders. I feel like there's a lot of good people that I met so far, and have some fun in a Facebook group. And I sent Trevor a package of the downsize V2 to paint, because if it's up to me, it'll never get done. So hopefully those will be dropping soon, which I'm excited for. It's always nice having some help.
That it is. If only I had somebody to paint all my baits for me, all the baits that I have made right now.
Trevor will do it.
I know.
Trevor .09 will do it.
0.09. I'll keep that in mind. No, I need to get to work. But yeah, going back to the Bait Bench group, I'm in there. Trevor's in there. It's a lot of fun. There's a lot of great stuff that gets shared in there. So yeah, we'll drop the link in the description below. So if you're on Facebook, go join the Bait Bench, brought to you by Lazy Baits Co. Yeah, hopefully we'll see you in there. I think is that it? Anybody else have any announcements?
You got announcements?
I already did mine. Live chat. It's just built off of Trevors, so you didn't notice. It was such
I wasn't listening
that you didn't even. No, that's fair.
I was in another world.
When are you not? Anyway, Mike, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate you taking the time to hang out with three idiots on a virtual call. We we're sure that you have more important things to do, but thank you nonetheless for hanging out
I
with
don't.
us.
Thank you for having me.
You're
Well,
welcome.
that's good. Glad we're not wasting your time, man. That's that's always good to hear. But yeah, if you don't mind, just tell our audience, if they don't know who you are, a little bit about yourself and what you do.
I am Michael, SacPig Baits. I make rats. It's a little bit about what I do, but pour resin, sell micro balloons. I love rats, love rat fishing. I live that rat life. I'm up at 2 a.m. working, 4 a.m. rat fishing. That's what it's all about. Just top water all day, man.
That's awesome. And I will say that up to this point, John Mitchell had the best backdrop for his podcast episode. I think, I hate to say it, John, I think
He's beat.
Michael's got you beat here because
It's beautiful.
that you've got quite a beautiful scene behind you. Is that your regular haunt?
I'm blessed, dude. Like I live in a private community, and this lake is huge. Like it's 30 feet deep, but we have 3 giant lakes, right? 42 feet deep is one of our largest ones, but we produce all of our drinking water on location. And so this is like the runoff lake. You can swim in this one, but the other 2 lakes you can't swim in. They're not stocked. They're all just eco habitat. Like they control themselves. I wish it was stocked because we would have way more tens in here. But there's a lot of big fish in all these lakes. We got the 3 giant lakes. We have ponds everywhere, and we even have our own section of the Consumnes River that runs through our little community.
That is awesome.
That's awesome.
And you can
I'm
golf
jealous.
cart everywhere. Like you can just hop in a golf cart and go everywhere, man.
Just gonna ask you that. I always see your videos with the golf cart, and I'm like, man, he can just hop on the golf cart and go to the lake. That is so awesome.
It's the most amazing place I've ever been. Like there's no reason to go. I don't have any reason to fish anywhere else. Everything I like is here. All of the techniques that I like fishing, I can do here, and all the lakes are different enough to where since we do create our own drinking water, and there's a lot of building around here, the water levels fluctuate quite a bit. And if you aren't hitting the water every single day and learning where those fish are, even if you take a day off or 2, the water levels have changed so much that you're never chasing the same fish. So it's always fun to fish.
That's interesting.
A great setup. That's goals. All right.
Can I come live with you?
You can come down and visit, and we'll go out, get some rat fishing done.
See, I shot for the moon and I landed where I wanted to. Yes, I get to go rat fishing.
You can go
That's all
rat
he was
fishing
looking
now.
for. You didn't really. With all of our guests, Michael, we like to go back to the beginning, and this is kind of the same question that I asked everybody at first: is what got you into fishing in the first place?
Okay, so I have like the lake that I learned how to fish on. I call it my teacher, my mother lake. Okay. This lake provided me everything from tactics to people. Like there was so much at this lake. And I seen some guy one day, his name's Sue, and he was walking a spook. And I've only been fishing since 2019. So that blew my mind when I seen a spook being walked for the first time. And I realized that I had one at home. I just had no idea what it was. Had no idea how to use it. So I asked him, I was like, can we go out? And he goes, oh yeah, let's go. We went out, just killed it for like a week on spooks. And they never worked again. Ever. So then we went and bought snakes, turtles, other topwater, and they all worked for a week. And then they stopped working, and I was like, this is getting really expensive, and all these dang fish want is something new. I need to introduce novelty, and I can keep catching fish. So that's exactly what I did. I just started making my own baits instead of spending money, and the supply of fish never ran out. They never get tired of seeing something different, and that just changed my whole perspective on how I need to make my baits. Just a little different, and it goes a long way. Little novelty goes a long way.
Plus, they love rats.
They do. Absolutely.
It's tried and true.
Yeah. You can't get enough of them, man. They just suck them down.
So is that why you focus on the rats, because of that whole experience and leading you into topwater fishing and things like that? Like, is that why you specifically like to do, like you're such a heavy hitter in the rat game? I'm just kind of wondering why you Just because that's what you love, or what?
I found that rats
Um,
just suit me more than any other bait. They tend to reward patience and being quiet and just taking your time when you're fishing and your presentation, and that's all I like. When I'm not ratting, I'm fishing a Cinco. Like I'm doing something boring, so may as well reel. I When I reel in my rats, 3 to 4 seconds every reel turn. I'm fishing those things so slow, and now they just fit my style really well. They just complement whatever I like doing.
plus they catch fish. They
Yeah,
catch
they
a lot of
do.
fish.
I I honestly I don't think it's the rat. It's the presentation of the bait. Like, yeah, I think if I threw anything else in there and fished it with patience, I could get a bite. It just wouldn't be as fun because it's not something that I've tailor made for my needs and my wants and needs. And those baits are 100% tailored for my wants and needs, and I'm just kind of selling them. Every bait is, right? Like every creator makes their ideal version of their bait, and then other people look at it and say, "Oh, that's kind of what I was looking for too." Like if you're fishing the Delta, you don't go buy a lake trout bait and go fish the Delta. You go get a toxic bait. You get something that has been tried and true in that environment that's going to suit that environment, right? You don't just go buy off-brand baits. And that also is what injects so many ideas and creativity into the bait world, is we all have our own idealized version of what is the perfect bait for ourselves. And then we kind of just project that out.
That's a good point.
Very well put. Yeah,
I never
very
thought
well
about
put.
it deeply, but it's true. When you're designing something, you're like, you somewhat take other people's style of fishing into consideration, but it's mostly like, well, I don't like that it's doing this thing, or I want it to do more of this. And that's what you want, and then the end result is usually what people end up wanting anyway, but it's like just a bonus. You get to make yourself something that is exactly what you want, and then it's a bonus that other people wanted also.
Yeah, absolutely. I love fishing spros, but I don't like my hooks getting tangled up in the tail. I fixed that on my rat. The spros are what got me into topwater rat fishing in the first place, but I like the rattle in them. Just accidentally found a tackle box that had a Yozuri knuckleball in it. And, that's how you get things like the shaker. Just, I had a necessity for it. Again, that mother lake taught me that some fish know how to kill rats and they're just going to bite the tail off. And, that happens too much. So we had to remove the tail. But what can we put in place of the tail? Oh, let's put something that rattles, because those BBZs get hit, man, and they all have rattles in them, and they got this methodic clack to them, and yeah, it's a really good bait.
I saw a reel that you posted. I don't know how long ago it was, but where you were just kind of showing the action, and then something came up and ate it, and you were, I literally LOL'd. I laughed out loud because I always ruin my videos. That was
Over and
Yeah.
over.
So the number one, those videos, there's 3 of them. Okay, there, I even got a catfish on one. They aren't set up. Number one, those are all one take, and the goal was for that to happen because I noticed on my previous reel that it got a lot of likes, and I was like, what about if I can just keep replicating this? So I went out, and that video that you're talking about is at like, I don't know, 550,000, got me 3,000 followers, and that video was definitely worth it.
Yeah, that was a good
that's
one.
That's
incredible.
amazing.
Yeah, I literally laughed out loud. So I hope that was the effect you were trying to get with that. But so let's kind of shift gears, because we know that you make rats, and that you make really good rats that are highly sought after. But you also, and you mentioned it a little bit before, you also have your own line of micro balloons. So I know that you've posted recently on your socials about changes that are happening with that. Can you walk us through where you're at in that whole process?
We got a lot of good people working on it. Not me. I'm not that good at it. We got much smarter people working on that formula than me. I think we're in good hands. The micro balloons ain't going nowhere. We got them. We got our crack sacks. We're good, man. Like, we ain't going. We're gonna get that formula worked out, and we're gonna make just type in your formula, and it automatically changes it to the new one. Resin consistency changes. bait to bait. Like if they're using SRC for all the tests and I'm using Smooth on 300, we can't get it down to, 0.01, but I think we can get it pretty dang close to where there isn't going to be an issue for people transitioning over.
Can I chime in on the subject?
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't. So he sent me some, and I'm terrified of changing micro balloons because when I switched from Fasco to his, I was like, there's a big difference when it's like, what was the ratio from that to that? Like
Almost
half?
double.
Yeah, so you're like
Double.
doubling
Yeah.
it. So when I saw the video, not the most recent one, the one before when you announced that there would be changes coming, I was like, oh my God, no. I think I said something and you're like, no, it's all right, in the comments on the post, like, don't worry, change is good. So he sent me some of the new balloons and it's not as drastic like I was terrified about. It's very slightly different.
So a little bit about that is those new balloons. So when we made the jump from Fasco, Illumilite, and blah, 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 you couldn't really go over 19% to 22%, either without structural integrity problems or it being just so thick that you can't pour it. And the new balloons that we have was such a jump, right? Like getting that jump again or getting that drastic of a change. And I know I said it was double, but it's just double by weight. It's not double by volume. And the volumetrically, it should be almost identical. So, and I sell by volume, not by weight. So even if you were using Fasco, it's not double. That's just kind of like the formula that you would take to get there. But yeah, those balloons were such a big jump that there really isn't anywhere else to go. I've looked there. We're hitting a diminishing return point where we got 30%. We can go up to 50%. I have customers that do 55%, and there's not really anywhere to go from there. So we're just kind of I wasn't even planning on switching because I'm just grasping at straws. There's no point. Just 2% to make everybody switch wasn't worth it. But they actually discontinued the balloon, so we have to make the switch.
Yeah. Well, to anybody who is a customer of yours, don't be afraid like I was. It's not going to be that drastic. And you definitely have some good people working on it. And once you get that calculator, it's going to be simple. Put in your old formula and get the new number, and that's it. Just update whatever build sheet you have going on. And
yeah, hopefully we can just plug and play.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome that you're taking steps to make it even easier for people to make the switch, saying, hey, you're not going to have to figure this out again. Here's how you can do that easily. That's awesome to remove those types of barriers. That helps. Nobody likes change, but bait makers especially don't like change.
I love change. I love it. I embrace chaos. Chaos is my favorite thing. And I know you guys don't want to switch. I'm very aware of that. I've seen the comments. I'm very aware that you don't want to switch. But at the same time, if I stagnate as a company to appease a few customers, then I stagnate and then I lose my company. So change is always necessary. And to stop looking for the product that if I never pursued it in the first place, you wouldn't have what you have now. So who knows what you could have in the future, right? Like you don't stifle creativity because of comfortability ever. You have to keep going.
Excellent point, for sure. So if you're watching this and you don't know what we're talking about, if you're a bait maker, you probably do, but maybe you use something different. But if you don't know what micro balloons are, they're just basically tiny glass bubbles, to put it very simply. Very, very tiny. Think the consistency of like cornstarch. Very, very fine. You definitely do not want to eat the forbidden powdered sugar. It is very dangerous to work with. You have to you wear your PPE, be very cautious with it whenever you're using it. It adds buoyancy to your resin baits, and I use them. I make a lot of wood baits, so I use it as filler along with resin. So like to fill lead, cover lead holes and things like that. But I also make some resin baits too and use it in that. But just to clear that up in case anybody's wondering what we're talking about. Would you say that's a simple explanation of micro balloons? I know it gets a little more complicated than that, obviously, based on our previous discussion, but did I miss anything?
They add buoyancy to things that need it. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Nailed it, Jesse.
60% of the time, it works every time. So speaking of change, like we were talking about a minute ago, a little birdie told me. I'm not going to name names, Anthony. I promised I wouldn't tell everybody that it was Anthony that told me this, so I'm not going to. But the word is that you are breaking into an ABS bait space.
Oh yeah.
So is that something you're willing to talk about with us here?
Yeah,
Give us a little
absolutely.
insight into that.
We're
Awesome.
not just doing ABS baits. I'm making baits for every technique that I like fishing. I'll be making a bait for it. Wait till you see the punch rig that I got lined up. That's all I got to say. I can't say anything else, but wait, it's going to change a lot.
What's a punch rig? Like
You
flipping?
don't go, yeah, flipping like 1.5 ounce, 2 ounce tungsten, just punching out here. I have a bait
Okay.
coming up that's going to be designed specifically for punching, and it's definitely different. I'll say that. You're gonna look at it and go, what the heck is that? But hopefully I get to. The hypothesis is out. I just have to prove it now. So we have to go through a lot of processes to make it happen. But you're gonna like it.
Do you have a team? Are you just a one-man show?
No, absolutely not. No, I have a partner that I work with, and then we have a lot of other branches that we work with also, just like machinists and other things. I have a company that's like you were talking about the ABS baits. We do have a company that is working on all of our ABS baits.
Yeah, that's something that you don't typically bring in-house. It'd be pretty expensive.
A lot of tooling, and very expensive tooling in order to get ABS projection stuff going. But that's
These
awesome.
guys, they nailed it, man. Almost first shot, they got it right. Like I'm very impressed.
It looks awesome. All the posts you're making on them, I'm ready to buy one. And the swim rat. I'm like, all right, let's go. I'm ready. I don't know where I have the money to buy it, but I want to buy it.
Look, if you got money for frogs, you're gonna love the swim rat. And I'm thinking that I may have to do some stupid marketing for this because I don't want people. It's not a swim bait. It's a frog. In all essence, it's a frog that swims. It's not something to be used as like a kitech or something like that. So I was thinking just literally put it on the package, not a swim bait, or I don't know. I thought of something way more clever when I was sleeping last night, but I can't remember it now, but we'll get there. Or this is going to be the Mischief Go, right? And I was thinking about throwing around the Mischief Go anywhere because that thing can be fished in literally anything that you can fish. Like it doesn't get caught. Like, have you seen the videos of me casting down like 150 feet of bulrush and just reeling in several times?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Bulrush is that like those plants, right?
It's what people call toolies.
I don't know what that is either. I'm real dumb, Mike.
The native corn dogs.
They got the fluffy things on top?
Cattails.
Yeah, the cattails. It's
tail.
It's called
okay.
bulrush.
Yes. Gotcha. Now I know what you're talking about, but I've seen the videos. I don't remember seeing the corn dog on top, but yeah.
Don't eat the forbidden corn dog.
Maybe someone ate them all. So wait, you were casting the ABS bait? That's the Mischief Go? You did it with that one? And that has treble hooks?
Yeah, it does have treble hooks. It'll actually these have rotating hook hangers also. And I do have all four of the colors. I don't know if there's another ABS rat with rotating hangers on the market, but this one will have rotating hangers. It'll be coming with size 4. Is it KBB? BKK. Got it backwards. BKK hooks. And I've tested these hooks out. I mean, yeah, if you're going to lock down your drag and try to pull out of wood, you're going to bend the hooks out. But I caught an 813 and didn't even bend the hook out in the slightest. And I have that video up. That was done on this guy right here, my 813. So I have confidence, and on this one bait I have alone, I've already put 45 fish on it, and it's fine.
It's a solid bait.
Yeah.
Definitely for ABS. Yeah, I think so.
I think it's awesome taking, you got to think about the whole story of it, how it started as a resin bait and the journey it takes to invest in making it into a ABS bait. Like, it has to be proven to make an investment like that? Because I'm sure you had to put out a decent amount of money. You have to have molds made. You have to have tooling for it regardless, even if somebody else is doing it. It's not like they just have an injection machine and they're like, send us a design, and then it's just made all of a sudden. So it's awesome seeing people step into that, in my opinion, and be able to do it, starting off as someone who just started fishing a few years ago.
And the idea I was throwing around is mediating the ABS transition between resin baits for other people. I already have a great company that does this, and I trust them, and they do absolutely fantastic work, and other people want to break into it. Again, you can't just give something special away like this either, but at the same time, it sucks keeping it from people either. So we may have to set up something to mediate other people getting their ABS baits made without like a massive surcharge to us.
The fact you're even thinking along those lines is
Yeah.
great, just because there's a lot of people out there that wouldn't even consider it. They would say, no, we're going to sit on this. But that's cool
So-
that you're at least considering it and trying to make it accessible.
Before I even started my channel, before I even started selling baits, I seen what was going on, and I didn't really appreciate how the community operated, which is why I'm not really part of the swim bait community. I know I'm a swim baiter, but I don't keep up. I don't really talk to a lot of people outside of the people that I sell balloons to. If something's dropping, I don't know it's dropping. But I do not like drop style. I don't like making my customers wait up to 3 years. Just, you can miss out on that drop every time. They only got 23 every 8 months, and you short it, you charge people $500 for something that's only worth, I'm worth is subjective too, but I know how much work goes into those, and I don't think they're worth $500, and I don't think they're worth $500 for resale, and I don't think you should be ripping people off like that either. And I'll never do a drop style bait for that reason. Another thing is, I know this is going to be hard for a lot of people listening to hear, but nothing you're doing is incredibly special. I can buy your bait under a different name, under a different PayPal, cut it in half and replicate your bait in less than a week. Nothing you're doing is special or secret. Why keep it secret? Like, if you have like a process, I get it, but the bait itself is completely accessible, and you can figure out how to do everything. So why put this illusion of I'm too good to help you, because nothing I'm doing is truly special. I never got it, and I've just been operating underneath that guise this whole time. I don't mind helping people.
And that's the whole point of this show, is we all agree like that. It's not stuff like you still have to have the ideas. You still have to have the creativity. You still have to have the ability and the skill in order to make a great bait, right? Like, so it's not like anybody can just walk off the street and copy it. But it's also, to your point, there's no sense on. I get exactly what you're saying. As far as like, there's a lot of weird things that happen in the big swim bait community, and it's not. I don't know where I was going with that. Sorry.
I have to.
I agree with you. Is what I was going to say.
I have to chime in. I have to,
Go
because
for it, please. You make for myself.
everything you said just hits home with me, because there's so many people that want to gatekeep and not share information, and there's a lot of people like us who want to share information, and I don't see why they're keeping it like these secrets, like they have like precious jewels. Like you said, you could cut a bait in half and see how it's made, but the person who has that drive and the knowledge to understand how it works could have figured it out anyway, doing research or whatever. So why not like build a community and, help each other? It never made sense to me to think
Perceived
that
competition.
yeah, but I don't know. Now I'm with Jesse. This has me so fired up. My brain is like losing track of everything. I've had people
it's all competition. I'm going to sell
But
less if I help this person, and I don't
But
want
you're
to sell
not.
less.
I don't think
I fully
that's
agree.
the case.
I fully agree. You're not going to sell. You're going to sell just as much, but you're going to look like an asshole, like, at the same time. Like, that's the
Yeah.
other way around. So
I've had people message me because, I have the LB Code Designs Instagram page, and I post as much behind the scenes stuff as I can remember to take pictures and videos of. But people message me and they're like, they'll ask me questions about the 3D printer settings and what materials or anything, and I share all of that information. I'll send you a screenshot of my settings. If that person doesn't know what to do with that information, it's not going to matter, for one. And two, if they do know what to do with that information, they were going to find it out anyway, probably the same way I did, which was just looking stuff up. I couldn't figure out how to get platinum cure silicone to cure against resin. You know how I found out how to do it? The dice making community on Reddit for Dungeons and Dragons dice and stuff like that. Those guys share everything. They're bouncing ideas, and there was a solution in there that worked for me in making bait molds. If somebody has the drive, they're going to figure it out. So, I don't know. I think networking and building the community is better off than trying to think you have some secret to making a fishing lure. And it's not that serious. And like you said, there's plenty of people to buy baits. Just be decent and have good, baits and unique and customer service, and you're going to sell the baits.
Yeah, I agree. And that was a big problem for me because I had my first resin 3D printed molds. I don't know, like 4 years ago, I had those out and I was having the same problem. There was a massive cure inhibition that was going on. And there's a chemical out there that completely inhibits or just gets rid of that too. You can just brush it on and it'll cure against the silicone. You don't need to do anything else. I forgot the name. Or you can do
Is
like
it
40
Inhibit
20.
X?
Yeah, it's Inhibit X. Is that what they found on the dice community also?
No, it's curing the resin in water.
You
It
in water?
leaches. Yep, curing it in water. It leaches the
Sulfur?
what the heck is the sulfur? Yeah, it leaches out into the water, so you don't need a coating or anything.
Huh. Okay.
And
That's awesome.
I've
That's good
shared
to
this
know.
with so many people, and like I don't care, because if they have the ability to do all that, they're gonna figure it out anyway down the line. I don't know. I don't. Maybe it's because I have a full-time job and do this for fun, and don't see it as like I have to make this amount of money. I don't know, but yeah, people are gonna figure it out. Might as well just be decent. I mean, the ABS, making those baits and giving direct connections, that's not like public information that people are talking about, but I'm sure you could figure it out if you wanted to. But yeah, that's awesome to even consider doing that with sharing and being that kind of in between someone who's done
It
it
was
already.
thrown around. I don't know if I have time for it or not. So we'll have to see what goes on with that.
Yeah, I imagine.
Because
Yeah.
I would have to be, if I mediated the whole thing, that means I would be the one also testing, giving feedback, and doing all that. I mean, I can send them to you afterwards too, but it's there will be definitely a trust process that goes along with that.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
But the people that are going to step into that, they're either going to think they want to step into it and then not realize that they would be way in over their head, or you're going to have some serious players that, are going to understand what they're getting into. And I think that's going to be time consuming, trying to weed out like who's actually trying to get this process done and has probably tens of thousands of dollars to get it going. Not that I know what it costs. Everything I've ever seen says injection mold and tooling is upwards of 10,000.
Yeah, it definitely isn't. It's not cheap, but it'll be worth it in the long run.
Yeah.
They have them forever. This one-time investment I see
Exactly.
is going to be just a massive. Whenever I need more, they can make more now. So hopefully they're going to need to be making more so I can create more baits, because I don't want to stop here. Like, I want a full lineup of rats. We're going to get I want a rat for every single bait that I fish.
So the same little birdie, Anthony, told me that there is a TPE soft foam bait that you're working on. Is that
Yeah,
something
absolutely.
to talk about?
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's do it.
Tell us a little more about that.
I got a few right here.
Another bait.
What do you want to know about
one
them?
I want.
What do you want to know about 'em?
Everything.
We got a few. So first off, I didn't bring the TPE locking mechanism, but that's done. I have a print. I have a print cut out. It's on that live video that I posted, but it'll be like it's like a rat. What are they called? A IUD. It's like a rat IUD. You're going to be able to shove it right up its nose, and it won't have babies. And you can fish that thing. They all have a. I don't know if you can actually see it on camera, but there's a hole that runs down here, and you just basically shove it in, and you're good to go. We're trying a whole bunch of different consistencies, and you can tell the green one is way softer. The tail is just, it hangs way lower. This one was way too stiff. Look at that. It doesn't even, like, it barely bends at all. But this stuff, I've never fished with TPE before. So when he sent me this for the very first time, I was blown away. You cannot screw a screw lock into this. It will rip your screw lock apart and unscrew it. Like its memory is, and I'm talking a giant screw lock, like bigger than the one you would find on an owner 12-aught. It will destroy that. And I'm blown away by how I'm gonna do a video here real soon. By the time this podcast is out, it should be out, but I'm gonna drag one behind my golf cart on the way home. I'm just going to drag it on the concrete all the way home. And when I get it out, I guarantee you're not going to even be able to notice that it's been drug on the floor. Like it's something else. But stretchy, very stretchy bait. You would actually have some problems. Like you have some problems ripping these in half by hand. I know it sounds weird, but the way that it flexes, it kind of just comes out of your hand. We're shooting for 30 or 40 fish per bait. If that's a good goal, a normal frog, come on the quality. Before I fished anything, I fished frogs. I fished frogs for an entire year, winter to summer, never put the broad down, never fished anything else. I've been through every frog on the market. Teckle is the best frog on the market, and you may get 20 fish out of one before it dies. Before you're constantly pushing water out of it, the weight flies off. You can only make a frog so sturdy. This just lasts forever. And it does the same thing, but it does more. And I can't wait for people to get to be able to fish these. It's not a swim bait, though.
Not a swim bait.
It's
That's the
not
one.
a
That's the
swim
one you were
bait.
talking about earlier. Just not a swim bait.
Yes, it's not a swim bait. It's a frog that swims.
But it does swim.
It's a swimming frog.
It does swim, and the hooks that I use, I brought my rods too. Look at me. So the hooks that I use are the BKK hooks, and it has a weight system to where you can just push these two things together and pin a weight right on the belly or anywhere you want. You can move them anywhere and you can just pin it. And then it becomes a sinking swim bait, but it floats. It's only like 0.02 millimeters smaller than an owner 8-aught hook. This is a thick wire hook, and it still floats on this, and it floats amazing. And I don't think there's one out that floats on an 8-aught hook. So it should be interesting giving it into people's hands and seeing what they do with them too. That's another cool thing. Give it out and see what people come up with, Maybe I didn't pick the best hook.
Oh, it looks good. Is that a material that is already used in the fishing industry?
It is. So TPE is Elastec, but TPE foam is really unused throughout the fishing industry. I don't know why I haven't seen it more often. Maybe just people don't think that there's a need for soft baits that float, or they just don't make as much. I'll tell you right now, people, if I'm selling you baits, I don't want you catching 25 fish on one. Like that's the last thing I want. Right? I need that controlled, I need that planned obsolescence, or else I'm not going to make money. And I was like, dude, if I hand these out to people, they're never going to buy another one. There's no need to buy another one. I can't even break them. So but I think like we're going to do a 3-pack for less than 30. I'm going to say less than 30.
Wow. That's worth it.
Yeah,
100%.
I think that's fair. That's the.
So
I told that.
3 baits that can catch you 30 fish. Yeah.
Yeah, that'll last
you're
me
catching
10
90.
years.
I mean, 30 is just what I caught 30.
Yeah.
I caught 30 fish and then ripped the nose out, and it still hit 6 pounds and 10 ounce, or 6 pounds 14 ounces. It took that much to rip out that locking mechanism, which is too much. So we can go a little bit softer. I don't need it to hold 6 pounds. I need it to hold about 3. So it's too stiff of material. We do. Yeah. We never stop. We never stop being picky about what we're fishing. We want to have a good time, and hopefully that transfers over to other people having a good time.
Good way to think about it. Oh, that's cool.
That's why I don't make glide baits.
That's fair. Glide baits are not fun to fish. I'll say it. They're not. They catch big fish, but they're not fun to fish. I'll say it.
Yeah.
I make them.
Fishing a
I'll say
glide
it.
bait. I hate making them.
I like fishing them.
I'm the opposite. I love making them.
I just don't have fun because I don't catch fish on them. So I can't make a bait that I'm not going to have fun on.
Do you fish mostly from the bank?
All from the bank.
Yeah, I feel like your videos are all from the bank. Yeah, glide baits from the bank you're just chucking it out into nothing most of the time.
That's how I feel.
Fishing it the other way is usually more fun. I don't like throwing glide baits from the bank that much either.
Yeah, it's natural.
Swimming it side to side.
The rat swims. The rat never swims outwards, right? If the rat gets dropped by an owl or something, it isn't going to swim to the middle of the lake. It's going to swim to the bank. I think if you're fishing rats, you just have a natural plus. You got like this bonus going on. And especially if you fish parallel, you don't have to fish outwards at all. Most of my videos, if you're looking, if I'm fishing outwards, I know that I'm not fishing more than 10 feet of water, and I know the weeds are right under the surface. Otherwise, I don't even waste my time. It ain't worth it.
Yeah, fishing in parallel is the way to go. The lake that I fish at, there's one spot, so I come around the corner, and it's a dam. And my first cast, I'll throw the rat down the dam and just run it back, and it gets hit every time. Just because, like you said, they're not going to be shooting out into the lake. They want to get out of the water, back to somewhere safe.
The fish that we're targeting move up year round. You can throw rats year round. You'll catch bigger fish in the winter if you fish parallel. If you've also watched my live videos or you've seen them, fish the spot before you walk up to it. All the fish that we're trying to catch, there's not a better spot than the one right in front of you. If you think about, I don't know why people don't fish it, but if you're fishing from a boat, where's the spot? It's right where you're going to walk, right? So that's somebody else's best spot. That's also your best spot. You always fish the spot before you walk up, then fish your parallels. And I can't even describe how many fish I've caught doing this, just making sure that I walk. I don't care how big the dam is. If it's 40 feet up, I'm still casting, and I'm just leaving my bait right at the bank as I walk down, just to hopefully distract them enough to not hear my footsteps, because they'll hear my golf cart up all the way on top of a dam and run. It's already too late. They're waiting, but the fish that we want to catch, they're always there. And the colder it is, the bigger the fish. The little fish do not like moving up, and they can't stand being in the cold for as long as a big fish. So they just don't move up. When the summertime, all you catch is little fish on the parallels. It's like the worst time for me to go fishing, honestly. I'd rather go punching.
Yeah, punching's fun. That's always a good time. But all right. Well, I think we do need to take a quick break. We've got more questions for you, Michael. Don't worry. We're obligated now to have a word from our sponsor, Anthony. Last week was a little better.
Good sponsor. This is another good one. I think most of us can use this sponsor.
Okay. I'm interested. I'm interested to see it. So without further ado, a word from our sponsor.
I can't take this anymore. I gotta make the call.
Real talk, this is Tiffany. If your fishing buddy's smirking and you're Googling therapy for outdoorsmen, you've come to the right place.
Yeah, it happened again.
You sound sunburned and ashamed. Let me guess. He was reeling them in and you were rethinking your entire existence.
Pretty much. He's already calling me the skunk whisperer.
Not on my watch. Let's build you a defense. Try this. Sun was hitting the water wrong. Fish didn't know which way was up. I wasn't gonna confuse them more.
Oh, that's good. That's like weather. Smart, but simple.
Exactly. Real outdoorsy mystique. And if he pushes back, add, I wasn't even fishing, I was scouting. Recon mission. Gonna light it up next week.
Yes. That makes me sound like I'm planning something.
Fake confidence is 80% of bass fishing, and don't worry, I'll throw in our freebie excuse of the week. Somebody must have fished this lake out yesterday. Probably a TikTok kid with a GoPro.
You're saving lives.
That's what I do. Now go drink a gas station sweet tea and pretend this never happened. And remember, real talk, we excuse it so you don't lose it.
I got this.
You know, two things, Anthony. A, that's probably the first sponsor that we've had that we can actually use. That's actually probably, hopefully, useful to our audience.
I don't
Second,
need
though,
to, I don't need to call them though.
that was going to be my second question, Anthony. Was that you making that call in that video?
No. No, me?
Are you sure?
I don't ever need an excuse. I go out, I'm always getting the fish. Guaranteed, never skunk. That wasn't me, I swear.
Okay. I guess I'll take your word for it. But either way, you must have a doppelganger out there or something, because that guy looked familiar. Anyway, Michael, there's a couple more questions for you here. Thanks for sticking around with us. So this is a question we ask all of our guests. I think I probably already know what the answer is going to be, but I'm going to ask it nonetheless, just in case. And that question is, what do you think is the greatest lure of all time? And it can be one of yours, but as I always say, that's no fun. Or it could be somebody else's. Out of all the lures ever created, what do you feel like, artificial specifically, what do you feel like is the greatest lure of all time?
I would like to start off by saying I'm definitely not qualified to answer this question. I have been hyper-focused my entire time I've been fishing, so I haven't really got to experience the full like plethora of what's out there. But I mean, the thing that inspired me was the Spro Rat. I mean, it's tried and true. It's great. We'll just go with the Spro Rat. I don't care what size it is. Just absolutely fantastic starting bait.
I agree.
Good answer.
It's a good one.
Good answer. Well, is there anything else exciting? I know we talked about a lot of things that are up and coming from SacPig, but is there anything else that you have upcoming that our audience should know about and be on the lookout for?
Up and coming? I mean, besides that thing that I mentioned earlier, the punching bait. No, not entirely. And I'll be keeping my page updated. Maybe a worm in the future. I would really like to get, but come on, how many more worms can you get? I don't think I can help worming out at all. So for a punching bait, all I gotta say is just, do you guys ever punch? Do you guys ever?
I do, yeah.
Yeah.
How many baits do you go through if you're actually catching fish?
I wouldn't know.
I mean, like punching, how many? Okay, now see, I misread you completely. Every single punching fish, you pretty much lose your bait. Like almost every single one of them.
That is true, yeah.
So
That is true.
imagine a
You don't catch
TPE
many of
punching
them, but
bait.
yes, you wouldn't want this for bait.
Imagine a TPE punching bait that you never have to replace. That's all I gotta say. That we're going, like, how much plastic we're going to be removing from the environment. TPE doesn't leach the same way as plastisol, so it's actually way more healthy for your environment. But if you're out there punching on the Delta and you're catching fish and missing fish, I would say the average person in a single tournament is probably dumping about 1.5 pounds of plastisol in the lake every single time they go out punching. And that's got to be, I don't know what it's doing, but it's got to be doing something, right? So
Doesn't sound great.
Definitely not helping.
the fish are eating them, they're puffing up, they're leaching whatever into the environment, and TPE doesn't really have that problem. It's going to float too. And you can just go get it and it ain't going to sink. So it's just going to be, I think there's going to be lots of benefits for this all round. I definitely had to do some research into TPE, but it is the superior material, like by far.
Yeah, thanks. You don't have to share it all. That's totally fine. We respect that. But I am excited to see what.
I can't wait to share it. I just want to make sure I have something to share. I only have tangible 3D models. I want to do like a live stream and get some like real footage punching out in this. I think that's going to be the good share.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, we will leave links to all of your socials and your website and your channels in the description below. So everybody make sure that you're following Michael at SacPig Bait Co to see what's cooking. He's on the innovating edge of bait making, so that's exciting to hear. I'm excited to see some of the stuff that comes out, all the stuff that comes out. But yeah, thank you again for sharing all of that with us. And anybody
Thank
else
you
have
again
any
for having me.
other additional questions? Of course, of course. Welcome back anytime. Anybody else
I
have
have a
anything else
question.
for Michael?
Yeah,
Go
yeah,
for it.
when can I buy a Mischief Go and a swim rat? You don't have to answer if you're not
I
ready.
don't know. I can't answer it.
Can I just
If
just
I
send you
could
the money
answer it,
now?
it would be on my page already. I mean,
Good point.
I do have a few of these new models that I'm never going to fish. However, they don't have, and they kind of look jank. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know why they sent these. They got these really jank swiveling hook hangers on them. But if you wanted to feel it and maybe catch a fish that isn't going to bend out these hook hangers, you might be able to send this out and we can rotate it between you guys and you can get a feel of it before it comes out. Maybe we can do like a rotating. Maybe we can send some to Trevor 0.909 and we can paint
Yeah.
some of these up.
0.09.
Because I got a whole bunch of these. We can have Trevor paint them
Yeah,
up and
definitely.
distribute them. You want to do that? We can totally do
I would
Yes.
that.
love to.
All right.
Yeah.
Yes,
incredible.
I'm volunteering Trevor 0.09 to do it.
Right.
You know they're going to look good too.
I love it.
Yeah.
See, it worked.
Other than that,
If you don't
I don't have a lot more.
ask, you never know.
Yeah, I would love to get them out to some people early. I have my lineup, right? So we have the Spy versus Spy. Then this one is our Natty B. This will be our nighttime color, just obligatory dark colors because people think dark colors matter. So well, I don't care. If you want to think that, I'll have a bait for you too. And we have the Freezer Burn, which is absolutely the one that I would use with the chartreuse belly. And yeah, I invited my plumber out to fish this, and he never fished a swim bait in his entire life. He's never casted a bait caster in his entire life. This thing got casted, backlashed into so many rocks. It lost an eye out on its mission. It got banged up so bad. I was like, this thing is breaking. Today, it's breaking. Like 10 minutes in, it didn't break. I'm very surprised. And the dude caught fish too. He learned how to cast and he learned how to land his own fish in the same day. So, hats off to you, man.
That's awesome.
I give it up to you. So,
Good job, plumber.
good job. Yeah. I don't want to say his name. I don't know if he would want me saying his name.
Well,
So
I think plumber is good. That's it.
It's good.
Plumber, just the plumber.
he's the plumber.
Wow, that's cool.
Plumber 0.09.
Well,
Double P's.
good throwback. I like it.
Good stuff.
All right. Cool. Well, this is kind of the point in the show where, Michael's told us everything that he's working on and what he's got going on. So let's kind of go around the room and see what the rest of us are doing nowadays. Trevor, what do you got going?
I have a batch of the downsize from Anthony that I'm going to be painting up for him. That's that's really it. But it's exciting.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm excited. And there's going to be some happy people because they didn't want me to paint them. They wanted you to paint them. So that's all that
Well, thank
matters.
I don't blame him.
I agree.
Oh, come on.
Let's
What about you,
see.
Anthony? What do you got going on other than Trevor's
Oh.
painting your baits? Because you
I don't know. I don't know a
want
lot.
to.
I think I'm gonna make some of these and sell them as blanks and paint some up because in true SacPig essence, you gotta have some rats. So I think that's the next
Absolutely.
project I'm gonna work on. But yeah, this week it's been a week, so not much getting done.
It's been a week.
I can't even remember yesterday, dude. What's today?
Well, it depends on if you're talking about when this episode airs or what it today actually is, but we'll leave that a mystery.
Tuesday. It's Tuesday.
No, it's not, but that's okay.
Okay.
So in the last episode with the Little River lure lady, Xena, I made a commitment to our followers and fans that I would have my it's perfect episode for this. It's talking about rats. I'm carving a wooden zombie lab rat, and I made a commitment in the last episode that if it wasn't done by the time this episode airs, that they should go shame me on my YouTube channel. I'm here to let everybody know that I've not even started on that rat yet. but I have completed the shop upgrade, and I have been making baits. I had really painting. I've not made anything yet, but I've painted baits, specifically the baits that I have talked about pretty much every episode, owing Anthony. Those are all painted. The last one needs clear coat, and they'll be on their way to him, along with the one that I'm going to have him 3D scan. And I finished our 3-color challenge bait. So I've been working, everybody. So a deal's a deal. You're welcome to
I'm still shaming you.
comment on my last YouTube video. Go to my channel, Freek Baits on YouTube. Go to my channel, make lots of comments on that last video,
This was a setup, wasn't it?
and let me know how you feel. No, it's just it's finding a silver lining. It's leveraging a bad situation into a good one. But yeah, go make lots of comments on my Instagram posts and all of it. Yeah, go to my profiles. Shameless plugs. But yeah, the rat is it's ready to start. I've got the block of wood sitting right here that it's going to be made from. Like
Dude, that's a sick rat.
Yeah, it's gonna be. It's good. Like you can imagine it. It's gonna be awesome. So stay tuned for that. It's gonna have a whole backstory and lore and everything. So it's gonna be cool. I'm gonna make it worth the wait. But like I said, deal's a deal. So if you need to go publicly shame me, because I'm sure I won't have that video up by the time this one goes live. Then yeah. But that's it. That's all I got. But yeah, much more to come from me now that I've got the whole shop upgrade mostly completed. Still need to make a test tank, but we're gonna put that on pause until the dog pool will work for now. All right, and so that brings us to our wrap up and everybody's favorite segment, the question of the week. If you have a question that you would like to have the Bait Boys and whoever their guest that week is answer, leave it down in the comments below or send it to us on social media, specifically Instagram. That's the only social media we have collectively, at Bait Boys Podcast. And your question will likely be answered on a future episode. This week's question comes from, I'm going to have to read this one, Jacob Jimbo 08. And Jacob Jimbo 08 asks, what is the best Cinco color in your opinion? So as always, we'll go with guests first. So Michael, what's your favorite Cinco color?
He was so close to greatness. If he only went one more number, it would have been good. But we got to go with the green pumpkin.
Green pumpkin?
Yeah, we got to go. Well, green pumpkin or anything with the chartreuse tip on the tail. I'll take that.
Mm-hmm.
Stole both of mine.
Right on. We'll find a new one while Trevor is talking. Trevor, what's yours?
I have two. I would absolutely go with a green pumpkin, but I think very close would be like a watermelon with a pearl laminate.
Okay.
Like, the pearl
Almost
white
like
belly
a baby bass
with
type of thing?
Yeah, those have been my most productive colors as far as a Senko. Or any soft plastic, really.
Right.
Anthony?
I'm gonna have to just go with the green pumpkin and chartreuse I think Zoom sells them, and
Yep.
yeah,
Those are my
those
favorite
things kill
ones.
it. Those things absolutely kill it. That's what I'm going with.
That's fair.
What about
That's
you?
fair. I think mine is probably watermelon red flake. I like watermelon with some red glitter in it. I've had really good luck with that.
Classic.
That or black. I've had black works really well in my area.
Black
for
works
some
really
reason.
well too.
Like straight black. But cool. All right. That's your question of the week. Don't forget to leave your question of the week down in the comments below. And hey, while you're down there, why don't you hit that like button, that subscribe button, and hey, there's a share button in there too. So share this with someone you care about, whether they like fishing or not. Who cares? Just send them the video. Hopefully they'll watch at least a little bit of it. But thank you again, Michael, for joining us. Make sure you're following SacPig Bait Co on all social media and check out his bait. These rats are no joke. If you're not familiar, they're great. But yeah, thank you, Michael, for taking the time to hang out.
Thank you.
Thank you
Thanks,
again.
man.
Absolutely fantastic time. You guys are awesome.
Great. We'll have to do it again sometime soon. But thank you all for sticking with us through to the end. And as always, we will see you next time.
Great job, guys.
All right.